Hello everyone, this is Lori from Grammy's Keepsakes, and let's make some ephemera for Sammy's monster book. I've just gathered a bunch of goodies. I have kind of an idea what we're gonna do, but it's gonna be kind of organic and we'll just kind of go with it and see what we come up with. I've been digging through my stash and I found these kind of cardboard CD cases, and I thought we could make a pocket out of that and a little card to put in it. I found this old template of a little flip folder that I had made eons ago, and it's inked already and everything. I think I just had it so that I have a pattern, but let's use it. We can make it into a little pocket too. It's already got the notch. We could decorate it up and make a card to go in it. And here I've got a pretty piece of wallpaper, and it has an end already folded up and glued. It's 3 1/4 wide. So let's make a little matchbox, or matchbook, excuse me, notebook holder out of this. So let's see what we come up with. I wanted to kind of, let's measure. That's going to be way too big. That's about 5 1/4. That kind of looks good. Maybe a little bit bigger. We'll kind of see. And let's just cut that off. Make sure I cut it as straight as I can. And then we've got a little something to make something out of later. But I grabbed out my envelope notcher by We Are Memory Keepers, and let's make a little notch for this. Wallpaper doesn't like to cut by itself on here, so I'm going to put a little piece of cardstock behind it. And I want to center it and bring it down about there is good. And then the magnet will hold it, and that got it way out of line. So let me try it again. And I'll hold on to it this time. Okay, and then we just go ahead and punch. And then we get our little notch. So this, I want it to rest on that little folded part. Do I need to trim? Just a little bit. And I think I'm going to use the paper trimmer so I can square up my crazy cut. That's better. It's a little bit straighter. And then we'll just have it nested on there as tight as it'll go, lining everything up. Grab my bone folder and just give that a little press. Now we just need a little notebook to go in here. Don't need that anymore. If we made it about 5 inches long, that would be good. And I've got just a few scraps. I have my basket of scraps handy, so I just pulled out some stuff that I thought might work. That's going to be a little long. I'm going to trim these off to 5 inches. So we can use this one for the cover. What else do we have here? Let's stick the pink is the avocado dyed. This one's going to be a little long too. Let's trim that blue piece. There's no rules. Stick that grid in there. Here I've got a piece of parchment. Let's put that in. Here more tea dyed, coffee dyed. Those are the same, so that's the same. What else do I have? We want to vary the lengths a little bit. That looks good. And then here's a purple. Let's get that in there. That actually looks pretty good. I don't think I want to put this last one in. Okay, now we can staple this or sew it. So probably sew it, but let me clip it. And then when I get a couple other items together that I might want to sew, then we can sew it all at the same time. So I'm not lugging the machine up and down for every little project. So this will be cute and ready to go. So we've got a little notebook. Put that aside. Let's play with this. I'm going to want to collage it. This looks like it's the back. We may cover both sides. Let's see what I've got. I've got some music sheets. Just some random. This is kind of a fun piece. I was playing with some ink and an old letterpress. And I've got some jelly prints that I made. What else looks good in collage? Tracing paper. How about some dictionary? That looks good. Oh, here we've got some chemistry and physics, bunch of equations. Looks like a botanical encyclopedia page. I'm just rooting around. Oh, here we've got some Russian and some tracing paper with ferns printed on them. So let's just start. Let's have some fun. Let me grab my glue book. Get that nice and handy. You get rid of the scissors. Okay, don't need the ruler. We need some counter space, don't we? Or some table space. Let's put this aside. We'll play with this a little bit later. Here we go. Almost lost it. And here I've got some book page too with some pretty purple flowers from a botanical book. So maybe we'll use that. Get the glue stick, get it handy. Okay. We'll just start ripping. That always works. I just want to cover up the base. Where's my top? Okay. If I trim that off quick, then I can see where I've been. And we'll just use some scrap here. I like the color of it. And glue it down. Pretty simple so far, isn't it? Music ended up upside down, but hey, perfect. Works for me. Okay. I'm going to grab my tear ruler. I want to get a ripped edge. And I did this jelly plate on music paper. It's hard to see through it, but it's there a little bit. It'll be perfect. Go ahead and put some glue on that. save the scraps of this. I can use it on something else, can't I? Let them kind of dry a little bit. And I'm going to grab the distress ink a little bit and just kind of hit some of the edges of our little piece. And just layer that on. Get some texture. I do want to find the middle. It's 5 inches wide. That makes it 2.5. Let's give it a little thumb notch before I get too thick. I'm just using a circle punch, 1 3/4 it looks like. That's the one I grabbed. And I'm just slipping it in there, lining up that center mark I made. And I did some fussy cutting the other day, so let's grab some pretty. I got yellow and pink, red, purple. I got a little bit of everything in here. That's kind of cool, isn't it? Excuse me. I don't think I want too much purple on top of the purple. Let's check out some yellow. I love yellow and purple. I like the size of this, so. What else do I have in here? Those are some pretty flowers. Yeah, not gonna work though. How about pink? It's not vibrant enough. I keep going back to that, don't I? Too short. Too skinny. Too little. Too big. Keep going back to yellow. What colors do I have on this? Let's rip a little bit. Kind of stripy. I don't want that either. Let's just ink up this yellow flower. And I'll probably put a stamp or a label or something on it. Not being real careful. Just give it some color. Yeah, I like that. Okay, and I've got some fun labels here in a little packet. How about that yellow one? These are labels from Artzology. I think I like that one. This one is nice, but it's a little bit too white. But you know what? I have a different idea. How about... Nope, too stripy. Well, let's see if I can brown this one up a little bit and see if I like it better. These makeup brushes are wonderful. And then yep, I like the purple one better now. And it's her favorite color, so that's the ticket. No, this side. And get it placed up there a little bit. See, it won't look floating after I put that label over the top. Get that pressed down. And then let's glue the label on. And do I need to do any more trimming? Didn't do anything on the back, but that's okay. Maybe I will later. Don't know. But that looks good. Okay, let's put a card inside of it. See, it's 5 inches wide. How about, let's make it 4 5/8 so it doesn't get stuck on the edges. So I have a piece of craft cardstock, so I'm going to go ahead and trim that down. Yeah, that slides in there nice. And I'm just going to make a mark where I want to trim it on the top. You can measure, but I'm not going to. That'll be nice. Okay. I'm gonna round the corners, but let's decorate it first. We'll put this up here, so that's our inspiration. Let's go with the curve that we've already got. Glue that. And then the back can be used for journaling. And music. We don't want to use the white one, it's too close. Let's go with the cream. My music tends to be upside down today. I guess that's good. All right, do I have a piece of green paper? I like this masking paper in. That's always fun to add. So let's find a ripping tool, tearing ruler. I like to make some of ephemera for my books and just include it with the book so that the new owner can decorate it how they like it to be. You know, whether they choose to do it all at once or a day at a time as they use the journal. But if I just add the pieces, then they have more fun, I think. And they can always add their own pieces too to make it a lot more fun. Oh, let's stick that in there. My fingers are getting sticky. I'm going to have to dig out the baby wipes. And yep, got to do it. Got a straight edge here. Let's see if I can remedy that in a hurry. That works. And I'm going to get the corner rounder out, and I'm going to trim 1/2 inch on each of the corners. Rounded corners slide into your pockets so much easier, and it just gives it a nice finished look. I like how that, I jelly printed on deli paper, and it just like blends right in. I just love that look. Let's give this a rip. So be it. That looks kind of cool too. I think what I want to do is try to just rip this fern off of there. And we'll just go with this fern. Utilize that straight edge on the edge of my card. And that tracing paper, it just blends right into the background, so it gets hidden on the music. I don't know if we need another little decoration. keep looking. Or if we'll just use a label that's not yellow. Here's another little purple one. Here's a green one. Let's ink up those edges and see what the green one looks like. And it's printed on a ivory paper, so it's not stark white. I like the green one on there. Let's put away that purple one. Okay, I'm going to hit the edges a little bit of the flower. The post lady brought me an herb book in the mail today, so I took no time at all and I started cutting it up right away. Almost can't see the jelly paper there, but it's there. I like that. We'll go ahead and glue that on. And the label. Okay, we need a tab on the top of that, so let me grab the punch and let's find something cool to punch a tab with. Let's go ahead and use the brown. And I want to ink that up. And go ahead and fold it in half and ink the fold too. Oh, you know what? This will be the best. Let's just go ahead and put that in here. and use that for my spacing. I'm going to use the art glitter glue and go ahead and glue the front half. And then I know that it's going to be somewhat centered. And then I can pull it out, finish gluing it. And if we wanted to, we could go around and stitch around the outside of this. But now we have a journaling card to go inside of our oversized envelope here. And can ink it a little bit on the edges. Let's get that thumb notch. She doesn't like a lot of lace, and so we won't doll that up with a lot of lace. We'll just have it in its simple beauty. And then if she wants to decorate the back, have at it. That way it can be free floating, or she can go ahead and glue it in. This would be cute inside the back cover, you know, as a stationary pocket. And she can put all kinds of fun memories in there. And the outside of this, I might go ahead and ink that too. I don't know if I'm going to stitch it yet, but there, we've got two almost done. So let's go ahead, let's do something with this. I want my little 3/4 inch circle punch. I want to put some buttons on here so we can add a closure. And so I want to punch out 4 circles. And let's glue them together so we've got 2 buttons. So I just line them up and pinch. You know what? I think what I'm going to do is punch 2 more and make it 3 layers. I think I'll like the stability better. Yes, much more sturdy. I like that better. Let's glue the 3rd layer on this one. And I'm going to, let's close that up. I'm going to take my pencil and look for the center. Yep. Stack them up. Get the drop a dial out. Whoa, little hole. Punch them both at the same time. Okay, but before we add these on, let's decorate it a little bit. Like we're getting a lot of collaging in today, aren't we? The collaging is fun. Okay, the buttons are ready to go. They're just drying, so they'll be good whenever we're ready for them. Now, if you wanted to cut one of these out and make one from scratch, let me give you the measurements. And these are just roughly 11 3/4 long. And it looks like I scored it at 1 3/4 and at 7. And it is 3 inches wide. And then there's a thumb hole. And we're going to glue these together so it's a pocket. But before we do, we need to put our button on there so that we can get our tools in it. But I want to decorate it a little bit first. Not a lot, just a little. Not with that. And we, well, I'm starting to get claustrophobic. I got tools everywhere here. And the drawer is like right there. Why don't I use it, right? And get a little scissor here and give that a trim. Find some good stuff. Three little short ones off the top. Let's figure out if we want to use one of these. And I kept the little names on them. Don't like that one so much. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to try to rip an edge kind of a very rough oval. Very rough. Let's ink it a little bit, see if that helps. And this is a piece of tracing paper. I don't know which side I want to use yet, so I'm going to ink them both. And I think what I want to do is cut off the name. And what we could do is add it as a label later. And then I'll just finish fussy cutting this. I like that better. Give it a little bit of ink. Okay, let's go ahead and glue down my oval. Okay, I'm going to use art glitter glue to stick this down. It's so little. And this little fine tip works wonders in those little tiny areas. And sticks to my finger. And here we have our little label. Trim that up a little bit. A lesser periwinkle, Vinca minor. I have a bunch of these out in my front yard around a cherry tree. I love them. And then let's just go ahead and put that there. You know what I might, let's put this here. I got a different idea. See if I can make it work. Try to get it straight, somewhat, within reason. I want to see if or how, if I can make it work. Let's get another one of these cut. And fold it. And we can go ahead and stick that on here. I've seen Wendy's Journal Adventures use these tabs for little eyelet holes. And then we don't need to put on a bunch of buttons. We can just put the one button on. That'll be a little bit different. Let's try that. Let's see, do I need any decoration up here? I have a bag of stamps that was just gifted to me by my good friend Suzanne. Let's see if one of these purple stamps will work. I haven't had a chance to go through the whole goodie bag yet, but I saw the stamps and I pulled those out. She gives me the most wonderful Happy Mail in the entire world. It's just awesome. Ooh, I like that. That goes with this very well. Just beautiful. And look at these glassine bags. Oh, they're wonderful. And here, they're dated 1939, 1940. So these, they're just precious. Thank you, Suzanne. I love it. Let's do that. And then we'll put this on here. Or we could put it on, nope. I would like it on this side because the 4 cents shows, but then I'm lining up my purples, and I don't like that. Let's put it back over here. I like that. So let's glue it on. And communications for peace. Oh, I'm wiggling it around. Okay, that's good. Let that dry. Maybe it's a good thing that we're going to use one of the, oh, there it is. I was going to say I lost one of the buttons already. Okay, let's glue this on. Try to get it centered. And then what we'll do is just put an eyelet in it. So I just need a button down here. And here it won't interfere with the flower. So I'm going to pencil mark it. And we're going to put the eyelet about here. So now I need to get out the big crocodile and punch a hole. That's going to be nice. Let's ink that a little bit. And do I have any purple eyelets? Let's take a quick look. Won't spend a lot of time on it, but I've got those. I wonder if I can make them work. Are we game? Should we give it a shot? It's kind of like a snap top. I haven't put one of these in for a really long time. Let me see if I can even make it work. But I'm going to use this snap eyelet plier and see if it will even reach. No. So I guess that's the answer to that. It's not going to reach. No good. Okay. Well, I got blue, pink. Pink's not good. How about big ones? No purple. Oh, I have purple right here. Okay, eyelet into the ring. But now I don't like it. That purple fights with this purple. No good. How about lavender? Oh, look at that. Lavender is good. We're going with it. So let's bring the tool up. Yep. And give it a good pinch. Yes, it's good. That works, and it blends in with my stamp too. Lavender is the way to go. Now we're going to glue this shut. Just a fine bead on each edge. And press it down. Now we need a hole here for our string, and let's go ahead with another lavender for the top. And we can put this away. Okay. Change my holes here. This poor thing is so old, but it works. It's all that matters. Good. Oh, I like that. I hope Sammy likes it. Okay. Lost the cover to my glue. Now we need some string. It's in here somewhere. Thread it through the hole. And through the loop. And then I'm going to put a spot of glue on that little lark's head so that it stays. On both sides. And then I just gently press it with my fingers to work the glue into the string. And then this will be able to just wrap around there. Let's see if we've got a charm for her. I know I've got a million, but let's see if I have any handy. Let's put a little hand that says handmade. I'm going to go ahead and unwrap that. Get it right through that little jump ring. And I'm just guessing for the length. And let's just tie it in a knot. And if she doesn't like it, she can just replace the string with anything. And clip off the extra. And wrap it around with my big clumsy fingers. There we go. That works. It can be wrapped again. Okay, let's put a little card inside here. And it was 3 inches, but we glued it on each side, so it's going to be smaller. Let's go ahead and make the card about 2.5 inches by 5. So I grabbed this piece of cardstock again, and 2.5 inches by 5. Going to be a little snug. It'll work, but let me show you a trick I have if it is snug. Good old-fashioned wax paper. Just rub it on the edges and it'll slide right in. Let's round those corners. That'll help us too. Use a 1/4 inch. And again with the plastic or the wax paper. And it slides right in. And I'm going to leave it plain so it's good for journaling. And if she wants to trim it down, if she's having a hard time with it, it's still good. But it looks like it's sliding really nice now. And no stitching on this one. We're good. So this one's perfect. Let's try wrapping it this way and get the charm on the other side. Clumsy today. Yes. All right. Another project completed. Okay. Well, I think what I'm going to do now is go ahead and sign off. And we've got, I have an extra button. We've got these done. I'm going to stitch this across the top here with a zigzag, probably. A straight stitch will work too. And then I'm just going to go ahead and glue it right in here. And then this will be done. And so we have 3 pieces. Thank you so much for watching and have a creative day.